Our everyday experience of time seems to be deterministic, like a ticking clock, and yet the scientific endeavour reveals to us more and more mysteries about the nature of time. Do you think it's possible that we could ever fully understand time?
We're dominated by our common sense notions of time here on the earth. Now, the predictability comes from Isaac Newton. He talked about the universe as a clockwork mechanism, deterministic, predictable. Wherever you were in the universe, that would be the case. At the beginning of the 20th century, Albert Einstein came along and said, I want to think about time in a different kind of way. What he gave us was a picture not of just one time at all places in the universe, but more like time as a river, where you have different rates of flow of time. So for instance, time flows differently depending on how quickly you're moving, depending on whether you're beside a very large mass. Now, this doesn't affect us very often at an everyday level, but it leads to a situation where the universe becomes much more subtle, much more complicated than we ever imagined it to be from our very limited experience here on planet Earth. Newton and Einstein were people who believed that once you had a scientific law, everything was predictable. But in fact, quantum theory and then chaos theory in recent years has said, you've got the law, you understand the law, you can write it on the back of an envelope, but that doesn't mean that you can necessarily predict the future. So the future is not written in stone. Now that was the next big step into mystery.
It seems that the human endeavour starts with this fear and fascination associated with the unknown, and it poses the question, can we ever eradicate this mystery through the scientific method?
I don't think we want to eradicate the mystery because the mystery drives the scientific method. The thing about science is that it keeps surprising us with just how beautiful the laws of physics in themselves are. They're also comprehensible for us. Einstein said the most incomprehensible thing about the universe is that it's comprehensible, that we can actually understand it. But understanding doesn't mean that we know everything about everything.
The scientific enterprise is driven by the desire to know and to simplify the seemingly unknowable and complex. And perhaps what's most mysterious is that elegant and simple solutions really do exist. I guess the self-reflective question is, when facing the void of the unknown, do we run from it or press into it?